Simon.
Good day, Theodore. May I take your umbrella?
I'd be much obliged.
Alvin?
You called, Signor?
Ah, there you are. Will you take Mr. Theodore's umbrella?
At once, Signor.
Also, Alvin, would you be kind enough to bring Mr. Theodore and I some biscuits and tea? Biscuits, Theodore?
And tea.
Oh, and Mr. Alvin, one last thing. Go ahead and prepare yourself one of those quesadillas your people like so much. Have yourself a treat.
Thank you, sir. So, Simon, what was so important that I had to rush right over?
So glad you asked, Theodore. Only the find of the century, and it's right here in this box.
Seriously now, Simon, I grow tired of your shenanigans. You promised me a real find this time.
Oh, but it is, my dear Theodore. This is Professor Mittens.
Honestly, Simon, have you gone daft?
You save your judgments until after I have told you this tale.
Was that supposed to be a joke?
A most hilarious one indeed. Anyway, our story begins last winter when I was a passenger aboard an ocean liner heading for America. You may have heard of this ship as it became quite famous. It was called the Titanic.
You were not on the Titanic.
Yes, I was.
I think I would have known if you booked passage on the most famous cruise liner in all of the world.
Well, you didn't, and I was. So as I was saying, there I was walking on the decks of the Titanic when I spied Professor Mittens lounging on a deck chair. He seemed an interesting fellow, so I sat down for a chat. It was then that Professor Mittens told me of his premonition of the ship's dreadful fate. That Professor Mittens and I felt a terrible shudder. It appears the ship had struck an iceberg. While the other passengers lounged around thinking nothing of the shudder, Professor Mittens and I made our escape. We found safety on the very iceberg that struck the ship. It was a dreadful sight. We watched as the mighty liner sunk beneath the sea. What I wouldn't give for a flask of warm milk. My little paws have caught a dreadful chill.
You expect me to believe that this kitten spoke?
In fact, he's been speaking this whole time. Haven't you been listening?
Continue.
So there we were, stranded at sea. Professor Mittens decided to stay in the water as he said, once he got used to it, the water felt quite nice. Unfortunately, Professor
And you're trying to tell me that this is the very same cat?
That is the amazing part. So there I was much later taking my morning stroll on the beach, when who did I see? It was me, Theodore.
Bollocks! You can speak!
Of course I can. Haven't you been listening to the story? Once I was frozen solid, I drifted into the Mediterranean Sea, where I thawed out, and that is when I found out about Commodore Whiskers.
Commodore? Whiskers, you say?
That's right, my friend, and he's on his way here, now!
Here?
Now?
Well, what does he want?
Only the destruction of the entire world, and America.
Well then, how will we stop him?
That's just it. In my weakened state, I don't think I have the power. We need you to develop a nuclear device to destroy Commodore Whiskers, once and for all.
It's true. I am the leading expert in nuclear technology in all of the world, but I don't think I could come up with anything that quickly.
It's too late! Meow! He's here!
Simon, quick! Get me a wristwatch, a flashlight, and that uranium we mined out of the gulags last summer.
I couldn't find a flashlight because they haven't been invented yet. And I didn't find any of the uranium. I think I used it all to give Sir Alvin a shave. But I did find this broken wristwatch.
It'll have to do. We've done it! Professor Mittens' catch!
Thanks, Theodore. Looks like it's up to me to put a stop to this catastrophe. Nice job, Professor. All in a day's work, lads. Now where's that casadilla?